I just want to come home and not think and feel held by my space. Hi Apartment Therapy, my name is Gail and welcome to my 375 square foot apartment here in New York City. So before this apartment, I was living in a much smaller apartment, if you can believe it. It was 270 square feet, and that one was also very cavernous. There was only windows in the bedroom. It kind of felt like I was living in a dungeon, and when I walked into this room, it was a sunny day, the light was spilling in every crevice, and it makes me really happy. My living room is arguably my favorite room in the apartment. It's so colorful, there's so many interesting pieces. I have a whole credenza with all of my favorite records. It's such an easy place to rest. It's an easy place to host. It's just easy. It feels very easy to be there and to enjoy my home. The coffee table came from Facebook Marketplace. The arm floor lamp that's in the corner, I got that at a thrift store in Providence, Rhode Island, which is where my sister lives. My couch came from All Modern. The credenza was from Wayfair, and my area rug, I found that one on Etsy. It turns out to be the best, I think one of the best pieces in this apartment that ties it all together. One of my proudest DIYs is the massive piece of artwork above my couch. Someone was throwing it out, it was surrounded by trash bags, and I kind of stopped in my tracks. I looked at it, I carried it home, which was not an easy feat because that thing is made out of solid wood. I cleaned it, I painted it, and then I hired a TaskRabbit to mount it on my wall. I do use Spotify, but there is something so therapeutic about putting on a record and taking that moment for yourself. You purchase it once and you carry it for the rest of your life. This is my 5th New York apartment and I've moved with records every time. They are heavy. It is a labor of love. My apartment only has one closet in the bedroom, so I've figured out ways to store everything that I have in a clean, aesthetically pleasing way. My kitchen table has a dining bench, and within that bench is storage. I have 2 pieces of furniture when you first walk in the foyer entryway, and I have baskets that hold all of my shoes, some of my bags. I probably have too many shoes. And under my bed, I also have a lot of storage. For some reason, I have 2 Christmas trees underneath my bed, but that is kind of all of the space that I have. In my kitchen, I didn't want to go too crazy, but I wanted to give it a little pop of life. It previously had this kind of whitish tile on the floor, which wasn't the prettiest thing. So I debated on doing an area rug, but then I officially landed on doing peel and stick tiles. One other thing I did with my kitchen was put in just pops of color in random corners. Like I have a vibrant red lamp in the corner and then just a very mustard yellow butter dish. And I like how those 2 colors play together. This is my bedroom. Luckily, I am not the tallest person in the world, so I was able to push my bed up against the window to create more floor space when you first walk in. But in designing the bedroom, I didn't want as loud of colors as I do in the living room. I got my beautiful wooden dresser from Facebook Marketplace, and bless that man who carried that up my stairs and into my apartment. I am forever grateful to him. I really just wanted my bedroom to be simple, feel clean. I did mount a big mirror on one side of the wall just so it would open up the space and also act as something that I can look into when I'm putting on my outfit for the day, and I really love how it came out. The dining space is very practical. You have a table, 4 chairs with the bench, and then I also have 2 chairs that I keep in my closet if I want to host more people. This table and these chairs were actually Amazon purchases. So this is my bathroom, and it was kind of a white box that had a very interesting choice of tile, and instead of covering it up, I decided to lean into the colors of the tile. So I just put up this gold yellow shower curtain and I mounted it higher to the ceiling just so the room itself had the illusion of it being bigger, which is another tip I would recommend. If you have a small space, just put your curtains close to the ceiling and it'll make the room feel large. And then I also recently found an Edward Hopper painting that I really love because it's a windowless room and the painting is of an outdoor scene, so it gives the illusion of a window. I think my biggest challenge with the apartment was figuring out how to divide up this one box which contains the living room, the foyer, my dining space, all within one area. So when I first moved in, I had a tape measure literally at my hip at every moment. Every piece of furniture was very thoughtfully chosen so that it would fill out the different zones that I was creating. And I thought to myself, okay, like what is the biggest size sofa that I could possibly have to fill that zone and kind of create a natural barrier into that part of the apartment. The layout of my apartment is very conducive to my lifestyle. Like every square inch of my apartment is used to the best capacity, I would say. So for my dining room, this is where I eat, this is where I host dinners. It's also where I work from home if I'm hybrid. There is an empty space when you first walk in the foyer area right next to the dining space. And that is where I roll out my mat, I'll do yoga. I like going to yoga studios, but you know, they're kind of expensive, so I do yoga at home. And then in my living room, that is where I kind of lounge, where I'll watch TV. I have a whole projector set up that I will put out if I want to watch a movie or host a movie night. I have some pops of color throughout the apartment, but I feel like everything is muted in a warm way that it feels like a hug. I would say that my style is very much a reflection of my life and the experiences that I've had and the people that I've met. A lot of my knickknacks and decoration pieces have been with me throughout the years. Either I find them on the street, or a lot of my artwork is either painted by me or my family, or has been collected throughout my travels or gifted by friends. I feel like what makes my home feel like home is that it reflects the life that I've lived and how I want people to feel when they share time with me. I find my inspiration through all art forms. I love the movies. And one of my favorite things to do when I'm watching a movie is to pay extra attention to the set design. Other people's homes, I am an avid watcher of YouTube as well. Even through artworks, I will go to a museum, I will go see a show. My piece of advice would be figure out what you want to do in your home. Do you want it just for you? Do you want to be able to host? Do you want to be able to do yoga or watch movies? And then once you have that list out in front of you, then figure out how to design your space. For me, home feels like just comfort. Like I want to walk into my home and I don't want to think about anything. Like I just want to have it be a place where I can set all of my worries aside, not think about my to-do list. It's a place where I feel held and a place where I would hope that my friends and family can feel held as well. I think home is a place of comfort, of trust, of creativity. It feels like a physical manifestation of me in some shape or form.